Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain TXP and today is the 25th of October 2023 and looks like Bitcoin is definitely heading towards the moon. Now, are these signs that we are heading into the bullish market? Most likely yes, but it's going to be really interesting to see how this narrative of Bitcoin plays out. Now look guys, towards the 2nd or 3rd of November, Jerome Powell will be announcing the interest rate hike, and I wouldn't be surprised during that time the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies might marginally go down. But so far as the price of Bitcoin and the overall cryptocurrency market is concerned, it is definitely looking good. As a matter of fact, if you look at the global cryptocurrency market, it has surpassed $1.24 trillion. And what is really crazy is that Bitcoin's market cap is well over $660 billion. Just a few weeks ago, guys, I was discussing if there's a possibility of Bitcoin's market cap to go below the $500 billion mark, but the numbers are definitely looking good. So guys, the big question is what is going on and why the prices are being pumping up? And the answer is pretty simple, guys, that there is news circulating right now that iShares Bitcoin Spot ETF proposal from investment giant BlackRock has been officially listed on DTCC, that is the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, and looks like one of the senior analysts from Bloomberg has gone ahead and mentioned that. So later on we'll definitely go ahead and touch base more on this. What is the possibility of an actual Bitcoin Spot ETF to be approved? So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss that. Now guys, in the world of DeFi, we have some news, and that is some unfortunate news regarding Solana. And guys, they have decided to go away from UK, and that is because of restrictions by Financial Conduct Authority. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what is going on with Marinate Finance, which is one of the leading DeFi finance protocol that is working on Solana. And guys, listen, in the world of stablecoins, there's an interesting report which is published by Chainalysis, so we'll definitely go ahead and explore that. And guys, when we're looking at the numbers today, the numbers in stablecoins has definitely pumped up a lot, so we'll definitely go ahead and have a deep dive into that. And guys, every Mondays, Glassnodes and CoinShares, they tend to provide weekly insight on what has happened in the previous week. So in today's episode, I'll very briefly touch base on the insight which is published by Glassnodes. Now look guys, if you're into charts and graphs, you definitely need to sign up for the paid version, and the link for the insight is in the show notes below. Now along with Glassnodes, CoinShares, they tend to provide a weekly snapshot of what has happened in the previous week. And this snapshot, guys, is done by James Butterfield, who is the head of research for CoinShares, and I also have a full in-depth interview with him, and I asked him what is it that he's looking at and what are the criteria he's looking at when he goes ahead and publishes the blog. Now in today's episode, I'll very briefly touch base on what is it that the blog contains in the world of Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and it has some critical information regarding Solana as well. And guys, like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date podcast, I'm going to be discussing two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And the first news, guys, is looks like one of the crypto custodian giants, they are moving into Dubai as well. And the news is that crypto custodian BitGo eyes Dubai's expansion, so we'll definitely go and explore that. And the second news, guys, has more to do with ticketing, and a company called Tickmint, they have officially launched in the UAE. So the official news is that Tickmint, the innovative blockchain-based ticketing startup, has officially launched in the UAE, so I'll definitely go ahead and share my thoughts and opinion on it. So quite a lot to cover, guys, in today's episode, so let's kick start with it right away. Welcome to the Crypto and Coffee Date, the daily podcast that keeps you up to date on all latest developments in the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and NFTs. Join us Monday to Friday as we kick off your day with a cup of coffee and a deep dive into the exciting and rapidly evolving world of digital assets. We'll cover the latest news and trends in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, as well as delve into the growing world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens and metaverse. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments from Dubai, UAE and the wider Middle East region. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just getting started, Crypto and Coffee a Day has something for you. Our expert host will provide insight and analysis on the most important topics in the industry and help you stay up to date on the latest developments. We'll bring you interviews with leading figures in the crypto and blockchain space and explore the ways in which these technologies are changing the world around us, from the impact on traditional financial systems to the potential for revolutionizing industries and transforming societies. We'll cover it all on Crypto and Coffee a Day. So tune in and join us for a daily dose of Crypto and Coffee a Day and let's stay ahead of the curve together. We'll start your day off right with the most important news and insights from the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse, and help you navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. In Crypto and Coffee a Day, the daily podcast covers the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse. We'll also bring you updates on the latest news from Dubai, UAE and wider Middle East region. This also includes a range of topics such as developments in the local and blockchain industry, including new projects and initiatives, regulatory updates, and policies related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region, local and regional events and conferences focused on crypto and blockchain, interviews with leading figures in Dubai, UAE and Middle East crypto and blockchain community, coverage of any significant news or events related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. By covering these local and regional developments, in addition to the wider world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, Crypto and Coffee a Day aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the industry and its impact on the Dubai, UAE and Middle East region. Now before we kickstart today's episode, I have an important message, so check this out. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE, so definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Shalhoub Group, a luxury retail and distributor which is headquartered in Dubai, are getting into the NFT game. And here's the deal, guys. They are not just getting into the NFT and metaverse space, they are going to be shaping the NFT, metaverse and Web 3.0 space, which I believe is excellent not just for Dubai and UAE, but also for the global cryptocurrency community as well. And guys, Shalhoub Group's Web 3.0 sneaker brand called Soulmates revealed their first NFT collection on the 12th of April. Now what is really interesting is that it's called as Soulmates, so it's spelled as S for sugar, O for orange, L for Larry. Now instead of E, they've replaced it with Web3, and it is the number 3, mates.xyz. And guys, listen, Shalhoub Group has over half a century's worth of experience in luxury goods, and them getting into the NFT space is a massive deal. Now if you're a sneakerhead, you definitely need to check out soulmates.xyz. And once again, guys, the number is 3 instead of an E. It has all the information, and in the show notes below, you'll get all the information. And listen, guys, if you want to be an early adopter, you can also pre-mint it at www.premint.xyz/soulmates. So definitely check it out. And they have a Discord community as well. And guys, Nick, who is the head of corporate innovation at Shalhoub Group and also the co-founder of Soulmates, has a WhatsApp group where he constantly provides updates in the area of NFTs, Metaverse and Web 3.0. So guys, check out soulmates.xyz and be part of the Soulmates OG NFT that is definitely going to shape the industry. Next, listen guys, there are 3 things I'm absolutely passionate about. One is death metal, ice cold beer, and the third one is extreme sports, and that is Tough Mudder. And Tough Mudder, guys, is a series of obstacle and mud runs that'll push your physical and mental limits without the pressure of competition. It's essentially a community that is built on teamwork and overcoming obstacles, where stepping outside of your comfort zone is the actual reward. And my big question is, guys, when was the last time you did something wild for the very first time? Now listen guys, Tough Mudder Arabia has a formidable team, and one of the events does actually take place on the 14th of October. And Tough Mudder Arabia guys is putting across a series of events this year and next year. And the first big event take place on Fujairah Adventure Park on the 14th of October. So look at the show notes below, you'll find the registration link. And if you're someone who's in Dubai, there are 2 days of back-to-back Tough Mudder events as well that takes place on the 11th and the 12th of November at the iconic Jebel Ali race. And finally guys, in the second quarter of 2024, there's a massive event taking place in Ras Al Khaimah, and that takes place on the 20th of April 2024. Now listen guys, if you want a season pass, it is at a discounted price. So look at the show notes below for the discounted price. And guess what guys, they have two different distances as well, 5 kilometers and 10 kilometers. And if you have kids, get your kids along. So check out the show notes below to find out more information regarding Tough Mudder Arabia. Next, Startup OI is global one tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now as of now guys, the global cryptocurrency market is at $1.24 trillion, and by the time you're listening to it, I wouldn't be surprised if it crosses the $1.30 trillion mark. Now since the last 24 hours, the global cryptocurrency market is up by 5.06%. Now listen to this guys, the total cryptocurrency market volume since the last 24 hours is at a staggering $97.39 billion. Now these numbers in 2023 is definitely fantastic, but if you were to compare it, let's say, to 2021 or 2022, these numbers were what we were expecting on an average given day. Now that thing being said guys, since the last 24 hours, the global cryptocurrency market is up by 88.98%. Now since the last 24 hours guys, it's needless to say that the volume in DeFi has also bumped up, and probably for the very first time in 2023, the volume of DeFi has crossed the $4 billion mark. As a matter of fact, right now it is at $6.77 billion. Unfortunately guys, the total very locked hasn't shifted a lot. It is only at $40.61 billion. Just to give you some context guys, on January 3rd, 2022, the total value locked across all DeFi protocols was at $242 billion. So from $242 billion, now the total value locked is down to $40.61 billion. So over $200 billion has been wiped off so far as the total value locked is concerned. Now so far as the number for 25th of October is concerned, Lido is still dominating so far as TVL or total value locked is concerned, and it is at $15.75 billion. And DeFi, guys, as of today is accounting for 6.95% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now listen guys, one matrix that I'm keeping an eye on is decentralized to centralized exchange, and to be honest guys, for the very first time, decentralized to centralized exchange dominance is at 35.30%. Now I'm pretty much sure these numbers will not be consistent, but in an idealistic world, I would love to see decentralized exchange to centralized exchange dominance remain at 35 to 40%, but I'm pretty much sure guys, over the next coming days, the decentralized to centralized exchange dominance will go down. And guys, listen, if you're listening to my Crypto and Coffee Day podcast, since the last 3 months I'm noticing a trend that the volume in decentralized exchange usually picks up pace on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I really am not sure why that is. I'm pretty much sure there's a lot of transaction volume taking place on Tuesdays, which does not make any sense to be honest. Now so far as the volume of Uniswap is concerned, it is pumped up by almost 3 times of a regular given day. It is at $1.85 billion. PancakeSwap's numbers also picked up pace at $377.52 million. Now the biggest shocker guys of our decentralized exchange volume is concerned is Core Finance, and it has pumped up from $672.51 million. Now just few days ago guys, Core Finance's volume was less than $200 billion. So I really am not sure what is going on so far as Core Finance is concerned. $672.51 million is a massive anomaly. And so far as the number 4th is concerned, it is Mavic Protocol at $139.92 million, and finally Dodo guys at $110.43 million. Now guys, if you look at the volume of stablecoins, it's needless to say that the numbers have definitely picked up pace, and most likely guys, a lot of stablecoins are being used in order to go and buy Bitcoin in particular, because Bitcoin's prices have increased, and more importantly, even the 24-hour trading volume has increased, and even the market cap has increased, which I'll be touching base in a bit. But guys, listen, if you look at the volume of stablecoins, it is at $86.82 billion, and what is really great guys is stablecoins is accounting for a lesser percentage of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. What used to happen earlier in this year is that the volume of stablecoins used to be low, and it used to account for 94, certain days even 96% of total crypto market volume. But today guys, the volume is higher at $86.82 billion, and it is accounting for a lesser percentage of 89.13% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume, which just means guys, since the last 24 hours, people are using a lot of decentralized exchanges, they're using other cryptocurrencies, and they're using DeFi protocols, which to be honest is a very good metric to be looking at. Now if you look at the volume of Tether USDT guys, it is absolutely no surprise it has skyrocketed the most at $70.2 billion. Now listen guys, if you were to compare Tether USDT's 24-hour trading volume with let's say the 24-hour trading volume of Bitcoin and Ethereum, it is pretty much the same. Now Circle USDC's volume guys since the last 24 hours is at $8.93 billion, and Binance BUSD guys, which currently is at number 3rd so far as the 24-hour trading volume is concerned, but it is less than $1 billion at $992.69 million. Unfortunately guys, Binance is not looking good, particularly in 2023. Now guys, let's quickly run through the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now straight off the bat guys, Bitcoin's dominance might be the highest in 2023. In fact, I'm trying to think if it might be highest going back to the past few years, because for the very first time in a very long time, I'm looking at Bitcoin's dominance at a staggering 53%. Unfortunately, Ethereum's dominance has gone down, and it is at 17.20%. Definitely not good if you're an Ethereum maximalist or someone who believes in Ethereum only. Now, so far as the market cap of Bitcoin is concerned, guys, it is at a staggering $662 billion. I'm really curious to check, guys, what is going to happen as and when Jerome Powell announces the interest rate hike. What kind of an impact will it have on the market cap of Bitcoin? So far as approval regarding Bitcoin Spot ETF is concerned, I don't see that happening for the next few months, but there is a massive update regarding iShares Bitcoin ETF. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this thing plays out. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, guys, Ethereum's market cap has definitely picked up pace. But if you were to compare it, let's say, with Bitcoin, it is not as high as Bitcoin's market cap. It is only at $214 billion. And if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, guys, and what I want you to do is, I want you to compare these numbers, not with all stable coins, just with Tether USDT, it's fine. Because Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is at $53.7 billion, whereas Ethereum is at $19.4 billion. And guys, if you were to compare it with Tether USDT's 24-hour volume, it is at $70.2 billion. So looks like a lot of Tether USDT has been used in order to go ahead and buy a lot of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now listen guys, me personally, I'm not a fan of Tether USDT, and I'm just hoping that the SEC does not go after Tether USDT. And few days ago, guys, I did talk about an episode which is released by Bankless, where they talked about the ins and outs, and mostly to do with treasuries that stablecoin issuers have. So it's going to be really interesting to see if we do find out some unfortunate news regarding Tether USDT. And guys, listen, I've always said this. Me personally, I'm not a fan of Bitfinex's Tether USDT, and it just might turn out to be one of the black swan events for Tether USDT. But once again, guys, I'm hoping I'm 100% wrong with this, and we do not get any news regarding the collapse of Bitfinex's Tether USDT. Now guys, in today's episode, let's take a deep dive in decentralized apps that are currently working on Binance BNB chain. And in my episode that I released on the 23rd, we looked at decentralized apps that were working on Ethereum. Now mind you guys, most of these dApps are working on different blockchain protocols as well. So what I tend to do is I go to dappradar.com, and you can actually segregate it based on different blockchains. Now the first metric, guys, that I'm going to be discussing is the fiat value of incoming token transfers from unique active wallets to decentralized app smart contract over a period of time, and most likely, guys, that is 24 hours, and this is in terms of dollar amount. And then I'm going to be comparing it with the number of unique active wallets interacting or performing transactions with decentralized app smart contract over a period of time. So essentially the second matrix tells us how many active wallets are in place. It does not mean that many number of people are going ahead and using the decentralized app, because to be honest guys, some of the decentralized apps, the number is ridiculously small. Now so far as the decentralized app working on Binance BNB chain, the first one, guys, is PancakeSwap version 3. In terms of dollar amount, it is $481.96 million, and in terms of unique active wallets interactions, it is 55,000. The second one, guys, is no surprise, is PancakeSwap version 2. In terms of dollar amount, it is $73.41 million. In terms of unique active wallet interactions, it is 53,200. The third one, guys, is Venus Protocol. In terms of dollar amount, it is $38.41 million. Now listen to this, guys. If you look at unique active wallets or interactions with decentralized app smart contract, it is only 741. Now this does not mean that there are only 741 people using it. Rather, it means that there are 741 smart contracts, and in these smart contracts, there might be hundreds if not thousands of people using the smart contract. The fourth one, guys, is Level, and in terms of dollar amount, it is $25.84 million, and in terms of unique active wallets, it is at 79. The fifth one, guys, is Wombat Exchange, and in terms of dollar amount, it is $7.31 million, and in terms of unique active wallet interactions, it is at 140. Now, guys, before we look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin, let me run through a protocol called as Nexo, because what they are claiming is that they are the world's leading digital asset institution. So let me go ahead and break down what Nexo is, because Nexo, guys, is a prominent company in the world of digital assets, and they offer a range of services to make the most of digital assets, including trading, loans, and quite a lot more. And Nexo, guys, essentially is a company that provides a wide range of services in the world of digital assets, and they aim to help people and institutions make the most of the digital assets, which includes cryptocurrencies. Now, Nexo, guys, has their own token as well, which is called as NEXO, that is N for November, E for Elephant, X for X-ray, and O for Orange. And this token, guys, is based on Ethereum blockchain ERC20 and is traded on various cryptocurrency exchanges. And holders of Nexo tokens can get certain advantages within the ecosystem, such as lower interest rate on loans, cashbacks, free withdrawals, and better returns on the investments. Now, so far as the founder of Nexo is concerned, guys, they have a team of experienced financial professionals, including Kosta Kanchev Antony Trenchev and Kalin Medvedev, and they started the company in late of 2018 after they successfully raised $52.5 million through a private token sale. Now let me go ahead and briefly explain what are some of the unique features of Nexos, because they have instant credit lines, and Nexo guys offers a service that allows cryptocurrency holders to use the digital assets as collateral to secure loans in various fiat currencies or stablecoins instantly, and this provides flexibility for those who need extra funds, and you can also earn interest. So Nexo guys provides opportunities for users to earn interest on their cryptocurrency holdings, and they also have a zero fee policy for deposits, withdrawals and top-ups, and they also have something called as Nexo Pro, and Nexo's trading platform offers access to a wide range of market pairs, making it suitable for beginners and experienced traders, and users can also use margin trading with up to 20x leverage. And they also have Nexo Card, which is in partnership with MasterCard, and Nexo guys offers a crypto-backed credit card which actually allows users to spend the value of the cryptocurrency holdings without selling them. And finally, they have something called as Nexo Prime, which is essentially a platform designed for institutional and high net worth investors, providing tools for trading, borrowing, lending, and securely storing digital assets. And guys, so far as the security mechanism is concerned, Nexo takes security very seriously, and they were also one of the first companies in the digital asset space to implement real-time asset checks to ensure that they always have more assets than liabilities. And guys, they also have partnership and reputable custodians like Ledger and Bakkt, as well as industry standard features like two-factor authentication and SSL secure connection. And guys, so far as regulatory compliance is concerned, Nexo holds more than 50 licenses and registrations with regulators, and they operate with a strict, over-collateralized policy and robust risk management to protect their clients and maintain a sustainable business model. So essentially, in summary guys, Nexo is a comprehensive platform for managing digital assets, offering a range of services from loans and interest earning to trading and a crypto-backed credit card, and they are known for the strong security measures and regulatory compliance. So those are bits and pieces of information regarding Nexo. Now guys, let's look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin, and it is currently at $33,890, and since the last 24 hours, it is up by 7.12%, and since the last 7 days, it is up by 18.75%. And look guys, as I mentioned earlier, the fact that BlackRock's Bitcoin Spot ETF has been listed on the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, that has significantly impacted the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now mind you guys, it's really important to note that this does not mean that the Bitcoin Spot ETF has been approved yet, but it does give some indication that in the near future, Bitcoin Spot ETF most likely will be approved. But look guys, I have this very strong feeling that it might take at least a couple of months before Bitcoin Spot ETF is approved. Now imagine guys, if this thing happens, let's say just a few weeks before the Bitcoin halving, that would definitely take the price of Bitcoin heading towards the moon, isn't it? We'll just have to wait and see. Now so far as the price of Ethereum is concerned, unfortunately guys, it is at $1,780, and since the last 24 hours, it is marginally up by 3.91%, but since the last 7 days, it is up by 13.79%. Now look guys, it's so critical to understand that once a Bitcoin Spot ETF is approved, there is a very high possibility of an Ethereum Spot ETF to be approved as well. And I wouldn't be surprised, only because of the news regarding Bitcoin Spot ETF, the price of Ethereum most likely surpasses the $4,000 mark, and once we get some news regarding Ethereum Spot ETF, it just might pass the $6,000 mark. But these are just wishful thinking guys, and like I always say, all price predictions are 100% right 50% of the time. Now unfortunately guys, in the world of Binance BNB coin, the price is not looking good. It is only at $225, and since the last 24 hours, the price of Binance BNB coin is marginally up by 1.46%, and since the last 7 days, it is marginally up by 6.65%. Now look guys, in the world of Bitcoin and in the world of ETF, there is massive news circulating right now that is regarding iShares Spot Bitcoin ETF proposal. So let me go ahead and break down what this news is all about, because what happened guys is that Eric Balkinen, who's a senior ETF analyst from Bloomberg, he actually mentioned in a series of threads on Twitter, or now called as X, that the iShares Spot Bitcoin ETF proposal from investment firm BlackRock has been officially listed on Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, also called as DTCC. Now what I'd really recommend you to do is guys, if you're someone who dabbles with ETF, definitely go ahead and follow through a series of his tweets, And guys, while I was preparing for this podcast, I also checked that the BlackRock Spot ETF was temporarily taken down as well, and that was most likely because of some system error, and that thing has been later on fixed. Now, so far since development is concerned, guys, it is seen as a positive step towards potential approval by the US Security and Exchange Commission, and according to Eric from DTCC, listing is a crucial part of the process required to bring a cryptocurrency ETF to the market. And look, guys, the iShares Bitcoin Spot ETF has been assigned a ticker symbol, and the ticker symbol, guys, is IBTC, and this actually suggests a possible listing on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange. Now listen, guys, this might turn out to be a massive news, but what I very strongly feel, guys, that the US Security and Exchange Commission might just go ahead and delay this process. What are your thoughts, guys? Mention them in the comments below. Now, I do have this feeling that until and unless a new president is elected, and if that president is only from the Republican Party, most likely we might see a Bitcoin Spot ETF, but with the left-leaning administration, they might just have these tactics, and most likely they might delay it as well. So what are your thoughts, guys? Whether you agree to it or disagree to it, mention them in the comments below. But nonetheless, guys, this news has definitely pumped the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And listen, guys, a few days ago we did actually talk about some fake news by Cointelegraph, but now looks like that might have not been 100% fake, isn't it? But that thing being said, guys, whenever we look at information, be it let's say from the cryptocurrency world, or even in politics, or even what is going on in Israel and Gaza right now, it's so critical that we look at information from first source. And as Ray Dalio also says, mainstream media is making it extremely difficult to get information from first source. Now, guys, let's discuss some news regarding Solana, and this is more of an unfortunate news, and the news is that Marinade Finance, which is the leading decentralized finance protocol on the Solana blockchain, has reportedly decided to exit the UK market due to regulatory constraints imposed by the FCA, that is Financial Conduct Authority. And it's important to note, guys, that Marinade Finance currently boasts more than $265 million in total value locked, which constitutes a significant 70% share of all funds locked on the Solana blockchain. Now, what is a bit crazy is that, guys, they have already started blocking users from UK, and customers right now in UK are already experiencing this problem while they are trying to access Marinade's website from their local IP address. So definitely an unfortunate news. Now, guys, let's discuss some news regarding stablecoins. And there is a report which is published by Chainalysis that states that the stablecoin market is evading regulatory oversight in the United States. Now, what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, make sure you go and read through the entire report, because this report is extremely critical, not just for stablecoins, but also for United States. And guys, Chainalysis found that in spring of 2023, the majority of stablecoin inflows of the top 50 cryptocurrency services has shifted away from US licensed platform to those outside, and by June of 2023, about 55% of the stablecoin inflows to these services were going to non-US licensed exchanges. Now, I'm pretty much sure, guys, a lot of them do have intentions to, let's say, moving to Singapore or maybe in Dubai or other regions. Now, some of the highlights in that report include North America leads the world in crypto usage despite ongoing regulatory questions, and to be honest, guys, they're leading by a massive margin. To be honest, it is well over 70%. So what I'd really recommend you guys to do is definitely go ahead and read through that report. Now, guys, listen, if you're a technical nerd and who likes to look at charts and graphs, there are two reports that I'd really recommend you to check, probably on a daily basis. The first one is Glassnodes, and what they do is, guys, they have a weekly insight that they publish every Mondays, and these reports, guys, are published roughly around at 5 p.m. Dubai or Gulf Standard Time, and I tend to look at it every Mondays. Now, in the last report that was published on the 23rd of October, it actually states that BTC prices have risen to $35,000, surpassing 28,000 levels, signaling bullish momentum, and derivatives activity such as short squeezes and increased options call interest contributed towards this surge. And finally, guys, the report also states that long-term investors show confidence as long-term holders supply hits new high and supply volumes remain stable. Now, let me go ahead and give us some more bits and pieces of information on this, guys, because to be honest, guys, this week this information is extremely critical, and the insight via Glassnode states is that Bitcoin's recent price movement has been noteworthy, and it started the week at $27,100 and reached a high of $35,100, and this represents a substantial price increase over a relatively short period of time. And what's really interesting, guys, is how the rally unfolded, because it began with a strong break above various crucial technical on-chain peak prices, and such breaks, guys, are considered indicators of strength in the market sentiment. For context, guys, a cluster of long-term simple moving average, also called as SMAs, was allocated around the $28,000 price range, and these simple moving averages have been acting as a significant level of resistance throughout September and October. And resistance essentially means, guys, is that the price struggled to surpass this price point in previous attempt. However, guys, it's really important to note that Bitcoin has gradually grounded higher in terms of price, but then during the last week, the bulls exhibited a remarkably display of strength, and they successfully pushed the price past several important moving averages, including the 111-day moving average, 200-day average, and 200-week averages as well. And guys, the 111-day and 200-day moving averages are often used as indicators of the short to medium term trend directions. And guys, when the market breaks through these levels, it is kind of like a signal of potential shift in sentiment from bearish to bullish. And guys, on the other hand, the 200-day week moving average is also a long-term indicator, and breaking through is considered as a highly positive sign for cryptocurrency's long-term prospects. Now listen, guys, these are numbers from last week's, and it's so critical to understand if there are some external factors that will actually take place this week. All of the data gets thrown out of the window, and if the war, let's say between Israel and Palestine or any other Middle Eastern chaos gets escalated, these numbers will completely change as well, isn't it? Now, so far as this report is concerned, it's important to know that Bitcoin's recent rally from $27,100 to $35,100 was significant, not only in terms of price appreciation, but also due to convincing breach of key technical and on-chain levels, and the breakthrough of long-term moving averages, which has previously acted as resistance, suggests a notable show of strength by bulls, potentially indicating a shift in the market sentiment. And listen, guys, what I'd really recommend you to do is you can check the market sentiment on different websites. Alternatives.me is a good website to check it, or you can also go to CoinMarketCap and look at market sentiment as well. Then look, guys, what I'd really recommend you to do is definitely go and read through this report, and they also have a paid version, and if you're an institutions or if you're a trading firm, you definitely need to check it out. And all of the details for Glassnodes is in the show notes below. Now, along with Glassnodes, guys, CoinShares, they tend to provide a weekly insight as well. And to be honest, guys, this is relatively short and simple to understand, because what it does is it does provide a weekly snapshot on what has happened in the previous week. And CoinShares weekly fund report, guys, is actually published via Medium. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, this is actually written by James Butterfield, who is the head of CoinShares Research, and I do have a standalone episode where he went ahead and discussed how he go ahead and compiles these reports. Now let me go ahead and give out very basic level information on what that report states, because what that report states is that digital assets saw 4 weeks inflow of $66 million, and the assets under management is at $33 billion, and the inflows is clearly tied to US Bitcoin ETF, but they are still lower than June, signaling investor caution. And guys, they also have some news regarding Solana, and according to the report by CoinShares, $15.5 million weekly inflow has been noticed, and they are still the top altcoin in 2023, with $74 million year to date, and that makes up 47% of the assets under management. Now look, guys, all these things being said, it's really important to know that these numbers are from previous week, and it's going to be really interesting to see what happens this week. So those are the price related news, guys, from Crypto and Coffee at 8. Now let's look at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And the first news, guys, is regarding crypto custodian BitGo, and they are eyeing Dubai expansion, and they are applying for license as well. And this news, guys, is published via crypto.news. And BitGo, guys, as we know, is a cryptocurrency custodian, and they are backed by Goldman Sachs and is valued at $1.75 billion, and the company recently completed a $100 million funding round, and BitGo is planning to expand its services into Middle East, most likely in Dubai, and the company has applied for a VASP, that is Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority license in Dubai, and BitGo's CEO Mike Belchi revealed that they are close to receiving approval from Dubai's regulators, and the company has started the hiring process in the region for its expansion. Now, so far as the launch date is concerned, a specific date has not been provided in Dubai as of yet, but BitGo intends to relocate some staffs from Europe to Dubai to meet anticipated demand, and the company is also eyeing expansion in other Asian regions, including India, Singapore and South Korea. And BitGo, guys, has also secured a $100 million CEC funding round to support its expansion. Now, so far as the history of BitGo is concerned, guys, they're going back to 2013, and they've seen a 60% increase in client base in 2023 alone. And so far as assets under custody is concerned, BitGo has surpassed the $60 billion mark, and guys, the company is known for providing cryptocurrency custodial services, and BitGo's growth and expansion plans demonstrate a strong presence in the cryptocurrency market. Now, so far as the funding round is concerned, the funding round attracted investment from various sources, including Goldman Sachs, Craft Ventures, and Digital Currency Group as well. And so far as the move to Dubai is concerned, it does align with BitGo's strategy to tap into Middle Eastern cryptocurrency market, and Dubai's regulatory approval is a crucial step for BitGo's expansion plans into the region. And BitGo's expansion in Dubai is part of a broader plan to establish a presence in multiple Asian markets. So definitely positive news. Now, guys, let's discuss second news, and this is to do with Tickmint. And guys, the website for Tickmint is tickmint.com. That is T for Tango, I for India, C for Charlie, mint.com. And the news essentially is, guys, that Tickmint is an innovative blockchain ticketing startup, and they have officially launched in the UAE. So let me go ahead and break down what this news is all about, because they are claiming to be a blockchain-powered ticketing company, and they have officially launched in the UAE, and the company aims to disrupt global ticketing industry with its innovative approach. And Tickmint plans to expand to India after a successful pilot program, and they have done thorough market research as well. And the startup, guys, is focusing on providing secure, transparent, and fan-centric ticketing solutions. So the big question is, why are they using blockchain? Now, based on this news, guys, Tickmint's blockchain platform will address fraud, scalping, and ensuring equitable access to tickets, and the company also offers controlled access to the secondary ticket market. And Darren Hapford, the prominent figure in the ticketing industry, has also joined Tickmint as a senior advisor, and Tickmint's platform, guys, can be seamlessly integrated into existing ticketing providers operating using Tickball tool. And so far as event promoters are concerned and venue partners are concerned, Tickmint offers an end-to-end ticketing platform as well, and Tickmint's founder Omar and Isham are committed to revolutionizing the ticketing experience using blockchain technology. And the platform, guys, generates additional revenue through secondary market tradings and collectibles. Now, so far smart contracts is concerned, which is one of the features of blockchain, they enable organizers to control and manage secondary markets as well. And so far as the news regarding Tickmint is concerned, guys, Tickmint claims that they will reduce the risk of fraud and counterfeit tickets. Most likely it is possible using blockchain technology, guys, but I don't see actually a use case of ticketing in blockchain industry, because you always need to compare, guys. When you're switching any technology or any industry, the new user experience has to be 10 times better than what we're currently experiencing. Now, so far as open blockchain is concerned, what if there was a fraud? Will there be customer service? These are questions we need to think about. But most likely, so far as the ticketing sales is concerned, only that part is recorded in open blockchain, and in that case, to be honest, guys, we don't even need a centralized entity. But nonetheless, so far as this news is concerned, what they are saying is that transactions are traceable and verifiable on open ledger, ensuring transparency, which does make a lot of sense, and the platform promotes inclusivity and equal opportunities for all stakeholders in the ticketing ecosystem. And Tickmint's founders have experience and expertise in blockchain and entrepreneurship, and Tickmint also aims to address these issues and enhance the ticketing experience for fan, artists, and event promoters. Now look, guys, this idea might sound great, but how it should actually work is, let's say if there is an event organizer, they would need to go ahead and use Ethereum, and the transactions ideally should take place peer-to-peer, that is, between an event organizer and directly the end user who goes ahead and purchases ticket. Unfortunately, having another entity such as Tickmint does not make a lot of sense, because that's exactly what Ethereum is supposed to meant for, isn't it? So if you're an event organizer, what you can do is, rather than using Tickmint, you can directly go ahead and use Ethereum and sell your tickets directly on Ethereum, and that is the use case of using blockchain technology. So it is so critical, guys, when you use blockchain technology, you need to understand that transactions should happen peer-to-peer. Now, from Ticketmint's point of view, you can argue and state that a lot of people are not technically qualified and they don't know how to go ahead and implement blockchain technology, and that's one of the problem areas they are solving. In that case, kudos to them, and I definitely wish them all the best. So those were the news, guys, from Crypto and Coffee at 8 from Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes, it's going to be an Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So let's get started with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB listening to the Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. I have a question by Sally who asks, do you think the volume in stablecoin should be a concern? To be honest, Sal, the answer to that would be yes and no. Let me start with telling you why no first, because people do often use stablecoins in order to go out and buy a lot of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Many cryptocurrency exchanges do not offer fiat currencies, and they do ask you to go out and buy your stable coins. And once you go out and buy your stable coins, then only you can go out and buy Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So to answer your question, no, I don't think that high volume in stablecoin should be a concern, because stablecoins are precisely used for these purposes as well, isn't it? And if the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, let's say, were to go down, you'll definitely see a lot of people selling a lot of the Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and buying a lot of stablecoins, because legally one stablecoin is equivalent to $1. And last week I also talked about Binance US, where they actually stopped withdrawal from US customers. So what they had to do is they had to convert their relevant tokens to another stable coins, and those stable coins could be used to go ahead and convert it into US dollars. Now if you look at your question from a second point, do I think it is a concern that the stable coin volumes are high? Definitely yes, because Tether USDT is involved, and my only issue with Tether USDT is the audit report. And a few weeks ago I also talked about Tether USDT, where they went ahead and froze quite a lot of accounts. Now granted, the intentions might be right, but you need to understand that stablecoin issuers can definitely go ahead and censor or stop your transactions. Now me personally, I'm not a massive fan of stablecoins, because what I do feel is what they are doing is they are replacing the role of a bank, and we as cryptocurrency and blockchain enthusiasts talk so much about, going against the bank, but yet we go ahead and support stablecoin issuers, and stablecoin issuers are definitely replacing the role of a bank, isn't it? Because all of your transactions can be censored. They also go ahead and buy treasuries, which is kind of similar to how fiat currencies work. And based on these treasuries, they go ahead and issue $1 worth of tokens or cryptocurrencies. Now keeping all these things in mind, I'm not a fan of stablecoins, but to answer your question, no. The volume in stablecoins in the last few days should not be a concern until we find out some negative news, let's say regarding Tether USDT or Bitfinex. That could be absolutely devastating, but I'm hoping that thing does not happen. So that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything series on Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. And remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. And how the series of episodes in the Crypto and Coffee at 8 works is we usually cover some top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and Middle East in the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.